Hello and welcome to Learning Factory. In this tutorial in Pandas series, we are trying to answer the question how to create Pandas series using lists and dictionaries. So let's get started. So this is a Jupyter Notebook that we have created, and in this Jupyter Notebook we will be using Python commands, and we would like to use pandas. So very first thing that we should do is we should import pandas libraries. So importing pandas, this is the comment statement. So let us try to import pandas now. So import pandas as pd. If we would like to check which version of pandas we are using, we are having here the statement to check the version of pandas. This is just for your information. I'll be checking the pandas version. So print pd dot double underscore version, and once again double underscore. So this will give us the current version that we are using, right? So let us try to execute it. So after execution, what we have done is we have imported the libraries and we are printing the pandas version. So I'll be using here pandas 1.0.3, right? Now let us see first how to create the series using list, right? So let us see first how to create series using floating point numbers. So creating series of float numbers. So here we'll be creating this object, that is series 1. We are using pd dot series method, and as I stated, we are using the floating point numbers to create the series. So we'll be having here the list of floating point numbers, say 1.5 comma 2.5 comma 3 comma 4.5 comma say 5.6 comma 6, etc. So we have created a list, and using that list now we are creating a pandas series. And just to check what is there in the series, we are using the statement print, right? So we are printing the series. So whenever we execute this statement, see here what we are getting. So here we are having two columns, right? So as I stated in the introduction part, that whenever we create the series, it is a single array having associated the index values. So here this first column of numbers represents the index of the series, and the second column contains the values, those we have provided. See here d type. So this d type is float 64. What it indicates? It indicates that the data type of the values in the series is float 64, right? Now let us see few more ways to create the list, to create the series using lists. So let us try to create the series with strings. Okay, so creating series of strings, and also will provide the name to the series, which is actually optional. So let us create series 2 pd dot series, and now will provide the list of strings. So let's see, India is the first string that we are providing, then Canada is the second string that we are providing, then the third string that we will provide may be Austria, and so on. So these are three strings in our list, and we are providing name for our series, and the name for the series is countries, right? Because we have listed here few countries. And let us try to print what we have stored in this series. So let's execute it and see here what we are getting. So we are having the first column, that is the index, and in second column what we are having all these strings, those we have provided to create the series. Okay, and here you can visualize name is given as countries that we have provided. It is actually the optional parameter, and the data type here is object. So whenever we are using string is considered as having the data type object, so we are having data type object over here. Okay, so now let's see few more examples. So let's insert one more cell here, and we'll be having few more examples. So let's create series number 3, and here we are once again using pd.series. Now we are using the list with only one element actually, and we would like to replicate this element several times. So let us see here, 4 times we would like to replicate the same element in the series. So we have created this series now, and let us try to print it. So what we are getting is, let's see what we are getting. See here, we are having the series with the index values 0, 1, 2, 3, and this element A is repeated 4 times, right? So this is how we can create the series. Now let's see few more examples of creating series. So let's insert one more cell here. It is possible to explicitly create an index for the series. So let me show you how we can explicitly create an index for the series. So here let us try to create this series number 4, pd.series. Then we will be creating the series of integer numbers. So we are having 3 numbers in our list, and explicitly we are using index, and we are providing the index as the label A, then the label B, and the label C, right? So if we do so, and if we try to print the series 4, then let's see what we are getting. So see here, once again we are having here the index as well as the values. So by default, whenever we do not provide the index starts from index value 0. So whenever we are explicitly giving index values, then the first value is having here the index A, index B, and index C, right, respectively, for the values in the series. And the data type for the series is integer 64. See here, we are having the list of integers, and that is why we are having the data type of this series as integer, right? So now let us see one more way to create the series. So using explicit index values, but now we are creating a series of strings. So let us first create the list of values. So let us assume that we are having several countries, say India, then Canada, then say Australia, say Japan, then say Germany, right? And let us have one more, say France, right? So this is the list of countries that we are having, and we are having the codes associated with all these countries. So let us create one more list having the codes. So India is having the code, say IND, then Canada is having the code CAN, then say Australia is having the code AUS, then Japan is having the code JAP, likewise Germany and France, right? So we are having now two lists. In first list we are having the names of the countries, in the second list code we are having the codes for these countries. So now let us create series number 5. So pd dot series, in parenthesis we are providing now the first list values, and then we are providing index as the second list, that is code. And now let us try to print this series 5 and see what we get. So see here what we are getting. We are having here all the codes, those are indices and the list of countries, and the data type is object because this series comprises of the strings, right? So that's all with the illustration about the series. So let's see now how to create series using dictionary. So first of all, let us see one simple example. So let us consider creating this series number 6, then pd dot series, and in parenthesis let us try to use now the dictionary. Okay, so dictionary in Python is enclosed in curly brackets. So let us have the country names as the keys and their capitals as the values. So India, and the capital of India is New Delhi, right? Then let's put a comma. So next country which will be treated as the key value in this dictionary is say Japan, and the capital is Tokyo. Then the third country, let us assume that it is say UK, which is the key in this dictionary, and the capital of UK is London. So this is how we have created a dictionary wherein we are having few countries along with their capitals. And now let us try to print this series number 6. So let us see what we are getting. So look at this. This is the dictionary, and in this dictionary whichever are the key values, those are the names of the countries, those will be treated as the indices, and the capitals are the values, right? As this is comprising of the strings and this is a dictionary, the data type is object. So that's all with this video related to how to create series in pandas. So thank you very much and happy learning. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel and also click on the bell icon so that you can get the notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.